Oh shit, it's the Battlefield Firestorm trailer, and I'm glad that they put Battle Royale in parentheses after the title because I was as confused as these guys on the screen as to whether we're getting the Battlefield 3 map of the same name that was also ported into Battlefield 4, even though there were much better choices like Noshashar Canals or Damavon Peak or Grand Bazaar. Anyways, I'm glad that this is the BR mode instead of a ported map over that brand new Greece offering that we were promised, but I'm wondering when it'll actually happen because it was promised in March, and Firestorm is coming soon, trademarked. Anyways, we know that this is a trailer instead of real gameplay because anyone that just lands from parachuting doesn't just stand around like a fuck trumpet and instead starts looting for the gun rush. Another team hot drops, and instead of a giant fist fight like you see in other Battle Royale offerings, they're instead called by the parents to turn off the game and head home since dinner's ready. While one group actually gets all of the guns and start lighting up the house like a Christmas tree, the other group prayed to the RNGesus in order to get an artillery strike that knocks down the house like we're watching one of those recycled home improvement reality shows. Speaking of reality TV, here's a shot of Farming Simulator to change the narrative of how EA's reality game The Sims covers up pedophilia akin to the Catholic Church because you can't spell pedophilia without EA. Even though Battle Royale modes need transport vehicles like a tractor shown here, it's not a Battlefield game without some lethal ones, so why not just strap on a flak gun to the back of it? But, of course, hopefully it won't bug the fuck out in third-person camera like it did in multiplayer when you tow shit, and of course there's some dude running after it with a gas can because of course whenever a tractor is in a barn for a while, you forget how much fuel is in it until you actually need to use it. Here's the introduction of a helicopter because DICE needed an air vehicle and still hadn't figured out how to safely land planes in Battlefield, much like the Boeing 737 MAX 8s, even though there is a landing gear keybind. Of course, there's always that squad mate who takes longer to loot than a hoarder trying to decide if it's a keep, donate, or trash on one of those other reality shows that people watch in order to make themselves feel good that they're at least not that bad. Talking Heads is burning down the house starts getting louder now, and another missed opportunity to have Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire, which is the first song that should pop into your mind with this game mode. No, douche canoe, that's not a boat, that's a schwim wagon, and for getting that wrong, you can now fall to your death because you're a scrub like TLC sang, hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride. See, it's an amphibious vehicle that rides on land too. Much to the delight of ass clowns masquerading their toxic masculinity for historical accuracy, the only female in this trailer is here sniping, which is actually historically accurate, so fuck off. Isn't it weird that this dude doesn't duck when he hears a big fuck off tank rolling up on his compound, but only when his teammate gets wig split? That's one thing about having heavy armor in a Battle Royale mode. Things that you think are cover can be destroyed like we're in the drum gun, LMG, minigun meta of Fortnite all over again. So don't play like a passive scrotum sniffer. This giant conflagration tears down wooden buildings, obliterates steel constructs, and rips right through stone bridges, but if a player gets caught in it, it barely sets their pant leg on fire? What the fuck's going on here? It basically looks like the same orange-reddish hue when you're stuck out of the ring in Apex Legends, so hopefully there won't be many cunt queefs playing outside the zone. Of course, the climactic ending is the protagonist running out of ammo and he's one of those jerk asses that actually pick up melee weapons that aren't a pan in PUBG before the actual squad window licker himself is able to nab the last kill. So see kids, even if you're shit at the game, you could still have a glory moment. Oh hey look, it's the railroad bridge from Giants of Karelia, and instead of those Battlefield 2142 tie-ins, there's a secret Nazi bunker, but instead of being filled with artwork, it's filled with one of those cover canceling vehicles. Firestorm, available for all Battlefield players, not free to play, on March 25th, except duos mode later because, of course, this live service buzzword just means giving the bare minimum for players to be somewhat satisfied with and never actually getting the full fucking product.